What up, folks? Boston Black, PopSauceSauces.com. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. Today, we're going to be changing this ferment into the sauce, Sweet Scorpions and Habs. It's been fermenting since September 25th, which makes it about 62, 63 days. And it contains Trinidad Scorpion Sweets, star of the show, red habaneros, orange habaneros, Mayan red habaneros, Mayan orange habaneros, white Habs, New Mexican Twilights, New Mex Twilights, Sweet Heats, Pretty and Sweets, beets, purple carrots, ginger, parsley, garlic, and celery. And of course, we back everything up with a seasoning pack. Before we get into actually making the sauce, what we're going to do is open it up, take a look at it, appreciate it visually, and see what it smells like. Get right on that right now. Smell is good. Smells wonderful. Have a little bit of cam yeast, very little, actually. Everything looks as it should. So we're going to jump right into it. Be right back with you. Let me set up. All right. As always, before we get started, we clean and we sanitize everything. Then right before we start shooting, we spray everything down with vodka. That's why you see everything with a little bit wet. What we want to do now is we want to separate my peppers, which are my main ingredients, from everything that we're going to be juicing and the brine. So we're going to do that right now. Now, I'm going to remove my weight and my bag. Discard the bag, rinse the weight. Now we're going to jump right into it. Peppers look wonderful. Think smells great. Just gonna start separating. Feels great. Looking good. So basically we got some ginger and garlic that's already coming out. We'll leave the garlic in, we'll pull the ginger out. And we got my seasoning pack. Which we'll squeeze out in here. Put the rest in the table. Save it for my dry rubs later. And we'll move on and continue separating. Got the bulk of my peppers out cleanly. I take those and we'll just dump them in my juice bucket. Now, things will start moving along with the separation process again. Yeah. Celery, carrots. They started out purple. Now they've turned orange. 2 months of fermenting changes colors of everything. Okay, we're back and we're ready to start the juicing process. Again, we juice to separate the nutrients and the taste from the fiber. Instead of adding all the fiber into our sauce, we get a purer sauce, a purer pepper sauce, by removing the nutrients and the taste from the other ingredients and separating it from the fiber. Discarding the fiber and just putting the actual juice into our sauce. You'll see what I'm talking about in a second. In juicing, first thing you want to do is drop a hard, just to get the process started. And then you want to come back with your softer vegetables or fruits. Your greens. Get all them in there. And then come back with something hard to help push it through. Celeries, beets, carrots, sometimes be hard and soft. Come back with a piece of ginger to push it through. Now you get to see what I'm talking about. Look at here. See that? I should state that this is cold press juicing. Every juicer can't do this. A centrifugal juicer will not do this. You have to have a masticating juicer like this, a cold press juicer. Look at this. Now we'll take this and we'll save it for aromatics for some of our later meals, and we'll also incorporate some with our dry rub. Next thing we want to do is we want to go ahead and check the pH of our brine and our juice. And we're going to do that right now. Okay, we'll start with the brine. Should be between 3.3, 4.5, 4.4. Anything below 4.5 is shelf stable according to the FDA. We're right at 3.9 for the brine. Now, technically, anything that, if the brine is 3.9, anything that was in the brine should be 3.9. We're right at 4. Our juice is reading 3.9. Perfect. Now, even though we check this, we will double check it, our sauce later on, once we get finished. Now, I want you to see and appreciate this juice. Is that clean? Super clean. Your ingredients go in your sauce that clean. How clean is it gonna taste? Okay, now you start the first process with the big dog. Chop everything down. Then we'll come back and we'll add our brine to our sauce. Oh! Lord knows I don't want to break these. And we'll get right on that. Okay, now we'll turn around and we will add 2 cups of brine to our sauce. We'll start the blend process again. Okay, now, today we're gonna do something a little bit differently. Normally, I'll add my, depending on what I think it looks like, I'll add my vinegar later on or during my second process and then I'll split it. But today we're just gonna add it. And what we're going to add is red wine vinegar, probably a cup of red wine vinegar, and a half cup, 6 ounces or 8 ounces of organic balsamic vinegar. Yes. We're gonna start with 4 ounces. I know I said a cup, but I don't wanna do it. We're gonna start with 4 ounces and then we may add 2 ounces to each half, depending on what the thickness look like. It's gonna bring us right up to just under 3 liters. We'll blend it some more. Okay, we're ready to start the second part of our blend with the Instant Blender by Ace Nova. We use this blender for two reasons. One, because it gets the job done well. Two, because it's so inexpensive. For a blender of a comparable quality, paying $500-600 for that blender. This blender does the exact same thing. Strong, powerful, get the job done. Pasteurize it to stop the fermentation process, the whole 9 yards. And I think I paid $100 for it. I want to say I paid $100 for it, and I've had it almost 2 years, maybe a little bit more, almost 3 years. I want to say it was almost 3 years now. But anyway, this is what we use, and we're basically sitting just under 3 quarts. So I will put a little bit under 1.5 quarts to do our first blend with. That's damn near perfect. Okay, we started with that. Smell is outstanding. Yeah, I gotta clean up that. We get it started. And then come back when it's done. Okay, what we want to do now is we want to take a look at it. See, we don't need know nothing on that. We want to go ahead and we want to add a half teaspoon of xanthan gum to help keep it from separating once it's in the bottle. And I don't think we're going to add anything else. I know I'm not gonna add nothing else. Not the way it's looking. I mean, I like my sausage thick, and although I keep getting told to add more vinegar, I just like it thick. I'm not gonna add more than I just added. Okay, now we're gonna appreciate it again and give it a taste. See where we're at. It's looking good, smelling great. It really is smelling great. Pretty good. Ain't too. Ain't runny. With all that vinegar in it, I thought it was gonna be a little runnier than this, but no, it ain't that bad. Normally my vinegar content be like a cup at max. But no, this pretty good. If I was adding dried habaneros in it, it would damn near be perfect for this stage, but No dried habaneros for this one. Okay, here we go. Taste is there. Taste is there. That extra vinegar adds a little more acidity to it. But it's wine vinegar, so it ain't ever gonna be really as acidic as white vinegar. But just kicked up a little tanginess, more tanginess in it. As if I used a lime or something, and I didn't use a lime in this one. Heat. Kind of hit you like it was going to get really intense, but it's not bad. Or maybe I'm just getting used to it. Immediately on the back of the throat. But it hit me on the back of the throat, but it didn't overwhelm me. Yeah. Medium to hot heat. That's what I classify it as, a medium to hot to heat. But for us, again, that might be hot for a lot of people. But I want to say it's a solid medium to hot. Definitely not my hottest sauce. Flavor's there. And the heat lingers, but it doesn't grow in intensity. Because I'm still feeling it, but it's not getting worse. Nice. Really nice. Anyway, we're moving on. Go ahead and start the pasteurizing process. Bring down the fermentation or completely stop it. We want to take the temperature up to 165 degrees. And then shut it down. Get that started right now. Okay. My blender reads 165 degrees. We're going to double check it with my manual thermometer just to make sure. Perfect. Just blend it up. And it reads 165 degrees. Perfect. Awesome. Okay. We're going to start the pasteurization process. Blend it up for a few more minutes and then start the bottling process. Give me a few minutes to set up everything. I'll be right back with you. Okay. My bottling process goes like this. First thing I do is I remove my sauce from the glass bottle. Because this is heavy, it's just easier for me to handle. Woo. Kicking. Look at that. Beautiful. Okay, as always, bottles, caps, orifice, everything has already been cleaned and sanitized before we even get started. My measuring cup is marked at 5.5 ounces. These bottles are between 5.5 and 6 ounces. You want to bring your sauce directly up to the top of the bottle because with it being hot, as soon as it cools down, it'll drop you and give you a little bit more space. So it's as simple as this. You take your sauce, drop it in there to the mark. If I had a funnel, it'd be better. Take your funnel, hold it just in the bottle's mouth, but enough to leave an air gap to allow the pressure to escape. And then just pour. Simple as that. Do it again. Pour your sauce in your measuring cup to your mark. Simply pour it in the bottle. Now, I'm going to take a paper towel. Go over the threads of the bottle, moving the paper towel to a clean spot every time you go to a new bottle. I'm going to take your orifice, I don't know, I always put an extra S on there, and just snap it on. Shit. And then you cap. There you are, folks. Hop sauces, sweet scorpions, and Habs. Thank you for joining me. Peace.